Hello, everybody. It is Debbie G, and I am back here on beautiful UNIFY with another incredible guest, all in this beautiful coming together for the anti-nuclear prayer days on August 5th and 6th. And the guest we have today is Julie Schelling. She is a dynamic creator and activist in this space, and I want you all to just raise your hands in joy for our beautiful Julie. Julie, welcome. Welcome to UNIFY. Welcome to the world of online broadcasting.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for having me and for helping to amplify the importance of nuclear disarmament.
Oh, it's a joy. I'm learning so much from everybody. We've had great guests on, and I cannot wait to find out more about you. And I would love to know your passion behind this initiative.
About 4 years ago, I was at a conference at the Parliament of the World's Religions, and a friend of mine who's an expert in nuclear disarmament, who I've known about nuclear disarmament. So, on the surface, of course, I'm concerned about it, but it really didn't register on a deep level. And so he was on a panel and invited me to the session. And I listened attentively, and like I do. And then another panelist came on, who was Bishop Swing, the founder of United Religions Initiative and also founding member of Voices for a World Free of Nuclear Weapons. And during his, as a panelist, he shared a video of the original members of Voices saying a prayer. And for some reason, after watching that prayer, it just registered. It went really, really deep. And I was something in me just awoken to the reality of the threats of nuclear weapons. And I think what really stood out as to like, what was it that impacted me so strongly? It wasn't just a prayer. It was the original members and who they were. And so the original members, Secretary of State, a Secretary of Defense, former Secretary of Defense, former Secretary of State, an ambassador, in arms control and disarmament, a international lawyer, a physicist, an activist, and a bishop. And it was something about these folks being, knowing that they worked up close with nuclear weapons, that if they are willing to publicly say a prayer for beseeching God, to help this world achieve nuclear disarmament or world free of nuclear weapons, then I need to take notice. And that's really what got me. It was the threats on one side, the urgency, but it was the prayer and the folks that were saying it. And it was the combination of those two that just really resonated. And then right after the session, Bishop Swing asked everyone, all the attendees, does anyone here want to get involved? We're a small little group.
There you
And
were.
there I was, one of the 80
I love it.
people.
That's
and then
awesome.
and then it was from there that it was like, okay, what can everybody do? Who's willing to join this little group? And I offered to do social media. And that was the beginning. And that was like in 2019.
That's
And then
beautiful.
so
That's
started.
I want to jump in because I interviewed Bishop Swing, and it sounds like what he did, his goal is to have an atomic explosion in one's heart.
Mhm.
And it sounds to me like you experienced Bishop Swing's atomic explosion.
I would say yes. I would say yes because um, he's a wonderful and inspiring leader. And I say leader just because of his passion and leading this, leading voices along with the other members. But um, it's this combination of the dangers of being this planet being annihilated, and then hope, belief in something greater, and belief that change can occur. And it's the combination of these two that just make it very, very unique. And there is a openness, a humbleness, a kindness within this initiative of voices. And at the heart of it is the nuclear prayer, a nuclear prayer, the prayer that the original members say and that we say at the beginning of each meeting. And as someone who came in relatively new compared to all these seasoned members who know about the issue inside and out, and I'm just scratching it so deep. um, but my task was to take this, the two sides of the threat and hope and possibility and positive action, not just prayer with action.
Oh, love that. I love this because that's so important, and I want everybody to hear this because what we are calling out to you to do is to take positive action. One, by joining us on August 5th and 6th, but also by initiating prayer within your own home for this beautiful. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful initiatives I've ever been involved with. How Because it's the coming together of hearts. And I love that you've talked about hope. I, Jonathan Granoff was talking about grace and gratitude, and now you're bringing in hope. There's a common thread in here that gives me truth chills from each of you. So talk to me about that a little bit more about hope.
So I would say that if you were to bring up, nuclear weapons or the state of nuclear weapons, or that we have about 13,000 nuclear weapons on our planet, to most folks, it's so daunting. It's like, I don't want anything to do with it. It's too overwhelming. How could anything change that? Well, that's one way of looking at it. But again, going back to what's unique with our approach, and that's for anybody, is like, it's not ours. I don't mean that. I mean that we have the prayer at the core, but the prayer really is, I think, symbol is symbolizes the depth of one's heart, and whatever that voice is that we articulate within ourselves to express our aspirations and yearnings, and within that the hope, the belief that we can achieve what we seek, belief that it can happen. But if we don't have hope, then it's doom and gloom. What feels better?
I'm going to go with hope.
So I think what's also interesting is just like, this is we're inviting everyone in Nuclear Prayer Day. This doesn't belong to us. It's just an idea to connect in the hearts all over the world, for everyone to go deep within themselves and find that what's important to them. And if we can create awareness around it, then that's awesome. And then from the awareness to inspire action. And that action doesn't have to be something big and complex or time consuming. Like, it could be something small, but it could be something significant, and it can be something that connects us to the greater world, to all of humanity. like nuclear weapons and the threats of nuclear weapons impact everyone on this planet and all
Right.
life on this planet.
That's right. That's right. I am so honored that you are here and you're sharing this beautiful message with everyone. What else do you have to offer those who are listening right now?
I would say if anyone is, first of all, I would encourage everybody to participate in Nuclear Prayer Day and Anti Nuclear Global Prayer Day, August 5th and 6th, to just connect with others around the world, saying whatever comes to your heart, just putting it out into the universe. Um, if you would like to get involved or you'd like to learn more about voices or how you can, in your own community, do something, we have a ton of resources on our website, which I could say it if you'd like.
Sure, sure.
It's voices dash URI, Unite, it's for United Religions Initiative, URI.org. And on that page, on that website, on our website, we just have, if they go to, anyone could go to subscribe for our newsletter, learn about this issue. In our newsletters, we share a lot of rich content. Our most recent one has all the events for August 5th and 6th, and they can get that from our website. Or if they go to, anyone could go to our ACT page, and there it will show all the different things that, ideas for ways you can get involved, from small things to, creating your own initiative. So I would direct everyone there. And we also have a petition that in the petition, it also lists a ton of different organizations that are working in this area. Like, go look into all the different organizations. We're not about us, we're about supporting and honoring the work of everyone working for a world free of nuclear weapons.
I love this. I love this. And it's about the coming together of all of us in unity to create the world that we desire to be in. You know, one of the prayers I was reading on this gorgeous website, which by the way is just up in the descriptions, y'all, and in the chat. So you can click on it and go right over. But one of my favorite parts was it was a prayer about children, and it was saying that you're borrowing the earth from your children. I don't know all, I read it and it's made an impact on me. I thought, no kidding. I'm borrowing the earth for my grandchildren, for my children. Yeah, that makes total sense. We have we have a responsibility here and on this earth to treat it with kindness and treat each other with that. But that prayer, that one is, do you know which one I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
it's called A Child's Prayer. And it's about, I think it starts with, there's a child in St. Petersburg in Florida and in St. Petersburg in Russia. I think, and it talks about both of those children praying. And we have a whole page that's called Nuclear Prayers. I believe that's where you found it.
It's gorgeous. Yes, that is. And so you're going to have to go to that link, everybody, to go see it.
And we also invite everyone to create their own prayers. Maybe they already have prayers, but to share them with us. We have a Nuclear Prayer Day page, and we also have an interactive map where folks can actually put a pin on the map where they're saying the prayer from. So it's really cool because then, we can just see the pins grow. So, and that's on the Nuclear Prayer Day page.
I saw that and I signed up to put my pin on the
Yay.
map right
Yay.
here in Huntington Beach, California. So for wherever you're at in the entire world, watching right here on UNIFY, please go over to the website and get started with simply learning. Read the page on with all the prayers. That was my favorite because there's so many and they're spectacular. Julie Schelling, You're a divine being in this world, and I am so grateful for you. And thank you for the work you do.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank UNIFY for bringing attention to nuclear disarmament and Nuclear Prayer Day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please look for the events on UNIFY and unify.org and go to the websites that you find up in the description and get involved with us. We're going to make this the biggest prayer day that the world